Good day. My name is Derek Payne. I'm going to be reading chapter 78, Abortion, Art of the Return of Christ, presented by the Enunciable Order of Christ by Angelus, Domini. Abortion, this is a very touchy subject, but we must address it. The answer may not be acceptable to some, but it is the truth. This is what mankind should seek. The Anunnaki look at bodies as the carrier of the spirit. So destroying a body means almost nothing to them, because for them the spirit is the life, just like in each one of us. But premature removal of a body does deny a spirit certain maturation opportunities. Death of the innocent is the high price of feminism. It has nothing to do with equality until babies are given an equal choice in this decision. So is abortion a sin? Yes. The problem that people usually encounter when trying to decide if something is a sin or not is not properly and fully measuring the surrounding circumstances and ramifications when gauging the severity or unconsciousness of activity in question. Lying is a sin. Two scenarios. Scenario 1. A criminal breaks into a woman's home to rob and rape her. The woman's daughter is hiding in the basement. But when the criminal asks if anyone else is in the home, the woman lies and says no to protect her daughter's life. And safety bearing the brunt of the assault alone. Scenario 2. A restaurant is about to close for the evening, and standing outside is an elderly homeless veteran who lost his job because of a war injury, and he is hungry. Also standing outside is a young man who is mildly hungry, and even though he has money to purchase food, he would prefer to spend it on drugs and his girlfriend. So when the manager of the restaurant says to them both, "I'm closing the restaurant for the evening, which one of you is in more need of our leftovers?" The young man tells a terrible, sad lie to get the meal that should have gone to the elderly man who truly needs it. Clearly, the people in both scenarios lied. But clearly, one of the two was acting nobly, so one's lies, mitigating circumstances, would not be judged the same way as the other lie was. Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, "Then the Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being." Job chapter 27, verse 3, "For as long as life is in me, and the breath of God is in my nostrils." Murdering is a sin, and abortion is infanticide, so abortion is a sin. Although the spirit of life does not enter the body until after it begins breathing, the time the soul enters the body is not an excuse the general public can use because they either do not have the knowledge or they aren't considering it anyway. They would rather consider their own convenience. So when a woman has an abortion, she is not doing it with some special enlightened time gauge of soul and habitation dictating her actions. She is instead more often than not making a selfish choice to end a life because she acted irresponsibly. What is either aggravating or mitigating in the motivation, and very seldom in the motivation noble when it comes to abortion? Is it possible to say that the greater sin is to bring an unwanted life into the world? Who'd suffer and cause others to suffer as a result? Question. Sure, but the woman does not have the foreknowledge, so while we can open the books and decide what was the best course of action in the grand scheme of things, the woman having the abortion does not have the divine omnipotence to make such a determination on her own. What she does have is the divine gift to bring life into the world and the divine responsibility to nurture it. Or if she is irresponsible, the ability to destroy it, to destroy a child. In this, it is somewhat critical to learn that we are a community. No one raises a child by themselves, alone, though we are the primary caretakers of those we bring into the world. A new mother should have the help of the sire of the child, the extended family, and the neighborhood around her to aid her. Were it for such a community focus on each other, such cases needing to abort a child would be extremely rare. Nurturing adults translates into stable groups, and stable relationships bring forth fruit of joy and a blessing to the community. Isolation, burden, and resentment bring the opposite. Are there circumstances where abortion is the noble choice? Question. Yes, but those circumstances rarely outweigh the fact that a woman made an irresponsible choice that initiated the event. The point here is that it is neither an automatic damnation, nor is it something that will be looked upon favorably at the judgment. But also consider this: bringing an unwanted child into the world is a sin as well, because the child often suffers at the hands of a parent that is unprepared and unregretful, and takes out the regret upon the child unless a good adoption situation is established. Can a person be forgiven? Yes, but considering the gravity of the sin, forgiveness would not come easy. Angelus, Domini, 2019. This is something for our children to think about, especially in our teen years. We act like we're grown up. We jump out of our home and we try to do adult things. And this is what happens to most individuals. Please take the precautions. Please think about your thoughts, words, and deeds before committing sexual encounters, at least without protection. Thank you, and God bless.